One, two, three. We don't welcome everybody to Mom and Dad Talks. Our favorite two people are Mom and Dad, and we have Hantie. We're gonna switch it up just a little bit, Hantie. Pose the question for today for everybody.
Oh, I'm going to ask the question.
Yeah, you can ask the question. We're gonna switch it up a little bit.
Okay, should we be excited? We as a black people, black Christian people, should we be excited about voting?
Hmm. I think we should be, um, because it's the right thing.
And why?
And that's a great question. In my opinion, because so many people around the world don't have the opportunity to have a say so. And the fact of it is that you can have a say so and an interaction to make a statement by voting. It's almost like, you know what? Yeah, win or lose, I stated who I would want to be my candidate to represent me. And I think that for a lot of people, the reason why they're not excited. Now, you cannot be excited because of the candidates you have, but in my opinion, even if you don't vote, you can't be mad at the stuff that comes back at you. But that's just my 2 cents.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we should be excited while voting because that is our only voice in politics that we have. And because a candidate wins or loses, is how do you say it? If you don't vote, you have no input as to what your
turnout.
what your expressions need to be.
Outcome.
Yeah, what the outcome is. Um, even though it's a one vote, even though I have one vote,
Mm-hmm.
still my duty as an American citizen to go in and vote at the poll.
Should you be excited about that?
Should I be excited about it?
That's the topic.
I should be.
Mm-hmm.
I look at it as a Black American. It is my
Should be.
responsibility to express my views.
No, we know
And the only
that.
way I can do it is through my vote.
No, but it's also the reason. That's Dad's reason, and he says he should be excited, Mom.
Okay.
Mom, Mom, Hantie, which one?
Well, and regardless of what the outcome is, I don't feel like I need to be excited about it anyhow. I'll vote, but I'm not excited.
Hantie?
And I don't know if it's I've examined myself
Mm-hmm.
as to why don't I feel empowered to vote, to get out and go struggle with the lines and show this credential and all of that. Why don't I? If I don't.
Let me ask this question. Let me just switch it up, especially, in a year where, for the first time in American history, you have a Black female representing a party to the president. You would think that as Black women, you would be excited that, you know what, and it's not the fact that she's Black, it's the fact that she's qualified
Right.
to run this country. There's a difference.
Highly
Right.
qualified.
And so with that in mind, I would think that as Black women, you would be more excited about voting for a candidate that's qualified, and she happens to be Black.
Okay, that's a good
No.
okay, we can acknowledge that. I should say, because this is all remember, this is all personal.
Mm-hmm.
Because then I think that some people have politician running through their veins.
Mm-hmm.
Politics.
Mm-hmm.
That's what keeps them going. Whether it's in the church, whether it's in society or whatever. They like that freedom of as Dell says, being able to voice your opinion. But does a vote actually give you that right?
It does. It gives I mean, you get enough of those. See, this is the whole thing. You get enough of those, it makes a difference. But without you trying it all, it doesn't happen. So my opinion of something, I'm casting my vote to whatever that thing is. You know what I'm saying? And I think for a lot of people, they try to minimalize your voice. And what you're seeing a lot, especially after President Obama was elected, you see a lot of people trying to change the polls, trying to change the counties, trying to change the line for various reasons to make sure it goes into one party's favor and another, which is not right. So my whole thing is that why you're not excited about your vote? Why are you not excited of the fact that, I got a chance to have a say-so in something?
All right, this is the reason why I cannot get real excited, because when I see the person who's on the other side of Miss Harris talking to wanting to get back in the power in the White House, I guess that's what takes away my excitement, because that person does not really have our interest at heart to make this a better country. They're always knocking the other candidate for something instead of really putting forth, this is what my platform is, this is what I plan to do when if you vote for me. But see, there's so much animosity and evilness and angry, opponents, till it takes all of the kind of the joy or excitement from me from going to the polls. I'm going to go vote, but I'm not excited about voting.
Do you all remember Tyrone Willingham? Is that his name?
Yes.
I was more excited about him being a black coach for Notre Dame, and I don't even care for Notre Dame. I mean, I would tear out of here on Sunday and go and see get a paper to see if they won, and I was rooting for him in my heart. I was rooting for him, and they did him wrong.
Yeah,
if you ask me. Mm-hmm. So I mean, what good did my excitement do?
Well, enthusiasm is part of life, right? You should be excited when you get married. It should not be a funeral. If you're not excited, you probably married the wrong person. You should be excited about anything that you set forth to do. It should be. The Bible says, whatever your hand finds to do with all your might. So it's a tough thing, because a lot of people just go through life thinking, it's just nothing. But every moment of your life is something. A lot of people who are not living with us now, I bet you they would enjoy life more if they knew they only had so much time. And so, anything you do, you should do with everything you have and be excited about it. Some things I'm not excited about, but I got to chump myself and say, I'm going to get excited anyway and bring the energy, because you know what? If I got to do it, we do it with all joy. The Bible says, whatever situation you find yourself in,
make it a high.
You know what I'm saying? You should be content. The problem that we have is that we're conditioned to not be content. Everything we watch, everything we do, if it doesn't give you this thing over here, and then once you get that thing, okay, so what? I got this thing, and after about a couple times, like when Dad bought me a toy, I wanted that toy, and after about 3 or 4 hours playing with it,
done.
Yeah, and I think that's that materialism that has crept into our society, and so our vote and joy is taken away. Although it's important, because it could be worse. Because if it take the vote away from you, then you have no choice, and then you're stuck with whatever you got.
Well, that's what I understand that the other party is trying to do anyhow, is squash the black vote.
Well, and that should force more black people to go out and vote, in my opinion. But
if they're gonna try to not count the vote, and in order the other person get in power, that's where I don't trust.
But the energy has to come into the fact that you go out there. I mean,
well, yeah, I'm going out, but okay, that I went out, and that other person that I was not voting for got in. So,
but if you don't go out to vote, that person definitely is going to get in. But
I'm not talking about not voting.
Not voting.
I'm talking about going out to vote. But then something has happened that that person that wanted to squash the vote got in anyhow. Not, that's what I'm looking at.
And we got to keep on voting and getting excited because you're looking at the next generations, right?
No,
When
I
you
feel
guys came,
bad for the next generation.
well, when you guys came into this world, there was a different America. When you guys came in, there was Jim Crow. There's
Did,
red
did,
light.
did we feel better knowing that we were doing or not doing something that we were told not to do? Y'all can't vote. Okay, so I can't vote, or I go home.
And a lot of people died so that we can have the opportunity to have a voice. And so, like I said, it's your feelings, how you feel. Nobody's judging here. Because like I said,
Right.
that's just your feeling. And I think a lot of people in America have these same feelings. A lot of people are like, whatever side you're on, you feel like I'm not going to win. Well, the real deal here is,
all right,
yes,
I'm going to make this statement. When I
Okay.
see MAGA coming up on a lot of people, make
Mhm.
America great again,
Mhm.
we have always been great.
yes,
Where is it that we have to make it great again? Like it wasn't like we slid back and we're not what we were, but we're trying to make it a different.
you always have a group of people, no matter where you're at, that always think Egypt was better than where you're going. When you look at the children of Israel, they were crying with the slavery that was going on. And when they got out of Egypt, was the first thing when they got some bad times. It was better for us to go back.
Mm-hmm.
You always have people thinking it was better back in the day than it is moving forward. And they have this nostalgia part when they forget that going back there was a lot of angst. What they don't study history is that, the turbulent 60s was turbulent for a reason, people. America has grown from that. When we talk about the Civil War, we had a Civil War for a reason. Anybody want to look back why it was caused? And if you don't understand history, you're doomed to repeat it. So that's why they're trying to destroy Black history, because they want to repeat certain things and say we want to do it bigger and better next time, versus saying, wait a second, folks. And so everybody who gets elected, whether it's from your school board or whatever, these guys are making decisions to destroy and steal your joy. That's why it's so important to get involved, to make sure the people are held accountable to do the right things. And when they're not, vote them out. Because a lot of people are just in lip only. Hold them accountable. Don't let them get up there and business as usual. The real issue is how the money's dispersed. That's why they're fighting so hard. Think about why would they spend all that money if they're not getting any benefits? They're getting benefits, folks. So that's why they want to have certain things go a certain way. And the reason why the Republican Party is strong is because people just vote Republican because I'm going to benefit from the Republican Party, and I don't care who the candidate is. Versus, wait, are these candidates really looking out for America? You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan of either party. However, I'm picking the candidate that's stating, and Mom, you said it very good. State your platform of what you're running on. What do you plan on doing for me?
Right.
Saying you're better than somebody doesn't make me feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes me say who I like better from what I'm seeing their past being. Now I'm voting in the candidate based upon their past and their values. And we're a Christian show, by the way, so we're gonna look at the candidate who has most Christian characteristics.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right. And like I said, they're not perfect, but that's the only one that if they have a leaning towards God
Mm-hmm.
and listening to someone say something to appeal to their soul, I'll have that candidate any day over someone that's just going to just do whatever they want to do. So, any closing thoughts before we get off today?
And if I didn't vote, I have no room to complain about the candidate
Right.
that I did or didn't vote for.
Yeah. So
voting is my right as an American citizen.
Whether it's gonna get counted or not, and they'll yank it out when they see you're Black.
Well, the whole point is fight for your vote, folks.
That's
Go
right.
into those polls. Don't let these guys try to steal your joy, because if your vote didn't count, why would they try so hard to take it away?
Mhm. And how do we know that my vote doesn't count?
Correct.
Wait and see.
So vote. Every American citizen over the age of 18, register to vote. Get out there and vote. And you know what? Whoever wins, let's be Americans at the end of the day.
Oh yeah.
Let's be Americans. Let's love one another. We're one country, one nation under God, indivisible with liberty and justice for all, not just for some people. Well, anyway, great conversation, Hantie. We'll have to have you pick again. So next time, we'll see you on Mom and Dad Talks.